Is it on? Looks like it's going. It's telling me it is. So, hello. Hello, YouTube. Actually, that's not fair. You guys aren't YouTube. I'm struggling with this live thing. I don't do it often enough, so I can't. Oh, hey, we got a thumb up. Okay, so yeah, this is actually itchy. Oh, Gogurt, hey. Yeah, so I don't do these very often because I don't do much of anything on my channel very often. Yeah. Yeah, so I actually would be yeah, I got a lot to get into, I guess, cuz I haven't done one of these streams in probably 6 months. And so we'll get into who's coming for us and what we're going to do about it. Hey, Theo and everyone else, Kevin and Jim and David and yep. So before I get into who's coming for us, yeah, I want to just chat with you guys for a bit here, because I haven't done this in a long time. Yep, there it is. Actually, that's kind of what I'm gonna get into, sort of. It's kind of a game plan with that and other things, because it seems to me the world's kind of falling apart. But yeah, oh, you see Joey? He's up there. But first, yeah, so like I said, it's been probably 6 months since I held one of these. So, and part of the, I would actually do this kind of thing more often, but I don't upload YouTube videos very often. So it'd be kind of weird to just have chats with no other content. I know I got to speed up in that regard, but I talked about it in my new series. I'm very perfectionist about it. And so I guess just being slow is who I am. So I will address the first most pressing question of the day. Actually, not the first, because everybody's wondering what the title of the stream's about. But first, the real issue. Have I played Myst 4 Revelation? I have not. So actually, it might as well. It's a good time as any to tell you guys why not. Kind of the roadmap for this channel. I always kind of drop subtle clues in. Something just happened. I don't know what did happen. What? Yeah, I don't know. But I said it kind of. I always try to hint what's coming down the pipeline in my. Oh, okay. Now I'm stopping. Like, am I just talking to the wall? I can't tell now. I was in the middle of something, but now I don't know. Am I live or not? Stream still works for me. Okay. Now, I'll tell you one thing real quick about the stream. It said I was actually going to do it at a lower resolution, and it said this is not optimal, so I bumped it up, and I didn't like that because I thought it would make it worse. I don't know. It's telling me it's excellent connection. At this resolution, it often drops frames, though, so we'll see. Okay, so this channel, because the question was about Myst 4. No, but I was subtle about it, but I'll go ahead and be explicit about it here. Part 5 of my new series, if you haven't figured it out, is going to be my Riven episode, which Makes sense. It's 5, right? So I've always said, everybody's always asked me, are you going to make a Riven series, right? And I've always been hesitant to answer because the answer is complicated. Well, now I'm going to make an episode dedicated to that. And that's when that episode comes out, that's when I want to finally, after all these years, stream and solve the other missed games. So that's been kind of my plan for the summer. I guess if it takes me probably another 2 months to make the Riven video. So maybe we're looking at August. I don't know. But yeah, so right. So it's just gonna be a video kind of saying why I should or shouldn't. I don't actually know whether I'll make a Riven series. There's arguments for it and there's arguments against it. Right? If you kind of caught the format of the last video, it's complicated, right? But I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from and all the different things. So yeah, that's the plan. I want to make a Riven video so that we can actually, we're all on the same page and know what I'm thinking about it. And then I'm going to play the other missed games, stream it on Twitch and stuff. So hopefully you guys will join me for that. And also then on this channel, after I get that video up, then I'll go and finish the Fly Mode series. So that's where I'm at. Yes. I imagine that is Lance's opinion. Okay. So that's my Twitch name, Shady Paradox. It should be down in the description right there below. It should be automatic on the live streams as well. And actually, okay, so right, so all this is, so I guess we'll get into the tinfoil hat stuff, which is honestly stuff I would rather not talk about, but right, it's just like that line from the Joker movie, right? Is it just me or are things getting crazier out there? Things are getting crazy out there, right? Like this year has been one of the craziest years I've ever seen. Do you guys think it's going to blow over? Because I don't. I think things are just getting started and things are going to get worse. It's kind of just a general feeling, I guess. But yeah, that's it does seem like the Joker world is real right now. And would you like me to scare you? Sure. I don't think that there's anything off the table at this point. Yep, going to get worse. Sure. And then I'll tell you kind of what I'm sort of doing about it. Because if everything's changing this quickly, like you can tell with the speed, the reason I'm talking about it is the speed at which I'm doing my content creation. I'm clearly planning for the long term, but the whole world is blowing up in the short term. So, are we even going to live long enough? Right. So like the hat itself is a joke, but it's the concerns are real. I just want baseball to come out. See, that's the other thing, right? So I want this channel and just, the adventure games to be an escape from everything, right? But they've taken all of our escapes, and it's more than that. So you see, Sergeant Slim Jim is being coy because one thing I'm sure of is that Jim knows more than the rest of us, and he just can't say anything. Am I in a safe part of the world COVID-wise? I'm not in the middle of a city. Okay. Yeah, there's Oh, I'm definitely I'm definitely in the southern United States. So you're saying I should run? I should run for the hills? So the thing I'm concerned about, well, there's so many things all going on at the same time, right? That's the problem is, you know, you guys haven't even mentioned all the problems yet. See, what I'm hearing is that New York is the worst place to be right now. I have not heard of this documentary. I'm gonna have somewhat lower than typical numbers because I got most of those subscribers like 8 years ago. So, you know, many of them have moved on. I'm probably more like a 1,000 sub channel right now. I don't know. Yeah, so what I want to do, you know, I'm saying about all these things I want to do with Mist and Riven and all this stuff. This all kind of assumes we're going to live through the year, and whatever else. So I'm going to try to keep this channel focused and just do the things that I said I was going to do as if nothing is happening right now, right? If you look at the channel, that's how it looks. It looks like nothing's going on, but I'm actually kind of going crazy back here. So I'm going to need an outlet. Yeah, getting what is that, a 150% increase? I've never had that. Right. So the thing is, I don't know, the virus seems to just be a catalyst for everything else, right? I'm not entirely convinced that's, well, I know for a fact that's not everything that's going on because there is a large section of the country that is descending into lawlessness right now. And I don't know. I mean, you can go on with conspiracies will make a lot of sense, right? That, you know, the destruction of law and order in your country benefits foreign powers, and you can always, continue this exercise to however much you want to connect the dots. The point here is that, I'm instead of scaring you, I'd rather just talk about Mist. Okay, so well, it started in Minneapolis, and then it went to Seattle, and now Atlanta is burning itself to the ground. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, and I've decided to do. A couple of my followers know it, and I actually need to put it in a description or something. Okay, so to whatever degree you guys will cheer this or hate this, it's okay. It will not infect this channel, because I'm still going to make this my escapist channel to the best of my abilities. However, I do need an outlet. I'm going to make some kind of political channel where I go on, 10-minute rants once or twice a week for whoever is interested in that. I have 3 subscribers. So just the 3 people I've told about. So, if you want to do that, I need to actually put that somewhere. I guess I could just dump it in the chat. I forgot to put the link in. I need to pull up. Okay. Where should I put it? Should I put it? How do I stream settings? No. Okay, so come on. YouTube changes your formatting. Okay, so I don't know how much I want to advertise that in general, but so here's the thing about offense. So the thing about, in politics and all this, I mean, at risk of offending you, I'm going to tell you I am somewhere on the right half of the political spectrum, so I am less susceptible to offense. And really, it's the left wing that keeps driving me over here, because ever since I went to a far left college, then the fact they excluded all counterpoints and it was just pure ideological conformity, it was like, well, these guys have a ton of blind spots. And so, if you want me to move to the right politically, just have left-wingers talk to me. The right isn't nearly as persuasive. I guess it's just the contrarian in me. But sorry, DJ. Yeah, so that's the other thing, is that I'm kind of doing it to sort of stand up to cancel culture, because I am so sick of this this cult that's trying to get everyone shut down. Like the thing we have to do is, I mean, we can't be afraid of them anymore, right? Like, you got to be able to wrestle with different ideas. What is it Aristotle said? The mark of an educated man is to be able to entertain an idea without accepting it, something like that. Unless you're Sean Hannity I don't actually know anything about Sean Hannity. Are you saying is he a right winger that if I listened to him I would move to the left? Maybe. I tend to be a contrarian, but you know. So, but I will try to be, logical in my analysis on that channel. I will say, of course, I got my own kind of positions and biases, but I do try to think about everything critically. So, I want to be accurate in my reasoning, and obviously everything's real complicated. You cannot compress the problems of the world down into a 10-minute video, but that is the format that people like, kind of these bite-sized things, by which they process information. And yes, that is my cat jumping up on the desk. Hey, buddy. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, if everyone else became too libertarian, you'd be like, guys, this can't be the answer. Yeah, so if you refresh the stream, maybe I should put it in the chat too. So it's there if you want to get offended by my critiques of politics. It's not much. I just put up 2 videos today. But I need an outlet, and I want to actually keep the stuff not about the world ending, but actually a little bit more, a little bit more generalized, abstract, and just kind of sane, but relevant. So yeah, it should. I tried to set that up today where it automatically backs up my YouTube videos onto BitChute. I guess I'll have to check it to make sure it went through. If it didn't, I'll just put it up there myself directly. But yeah, I do have a BitChute account under the same name. So, and what I call, right wing, I don't even know. Like, I kind of have my own definitions of it, which honestly I think are more just common sense ideas. I think a lot of people would object to it and say that's not right wing, that's just common sense. Well, if you look at how insane the far left goes, maybe the far right is just common sense. This is what you hear as called the far right, in my opinion, is not actually even really that right wing. It's just a competing. It's very often like a competing left wing. But that's that's not just a that's kind of a lazy thing to be like, no, that's not me, that's them. Like, again, I don't really want to get like totally into it here because this is supposed to be my escapist channel. I don't know, but maybe if we're talking about it, I guess I can. But this is really just saying, this is, I guess, sort of an announcement of that outlet over there. I don't know what kind of privileges I have over there. If I can, I'd probably. Well, actually, I don't know if I can live stream over there. Maybe I can whip up that old Twitch channel, Jim, that I streamed on twice last summer. And, if I live stream there and put a live stream then archive video. No, you can't even do that because I think your uploads can only be 15 minutes on a new channel. There's some hoops you have to jump through for that. Right. Part of what I want to do is avoid kind of just the tribalism of labels and stuff, and I really want to articulate ideas as cleanly as possible. Whether you want to say, "Oh, it's my team, it's the other team, it's whatever," that's not as important, right? My goal is ultimately to inject some common sense discussion into the picture somewhere. And maybe in some spontaneous moments, maybe I'll go overboard and say something I regret, probably. But, part of that you can just chalk up to me going too fast with it because I need to get back to, because I'm not putting as well thought out as my scripted stuff for YouTube, the gaming that I want to be able to just, I want to be able to just host this channel for decades, and just relax over here and, play some peaceful Myst games and similar stuff. But, everything is so screwed up right now. Who knows what's going to happen? Right. So I'll try to be careful with it, but at the same time, it's not a. I guess part of my thing is actually I think I just said it. It's like it's not just about the labels, right? It's more useful to unpack the ideas in such a way that you can, like, that's the whole. I think that one of the problems in our culture right now is that we really are struggling with the language, that words don't always mean the same thing to different people. And everything's kind of vague. If there could be some more common agreement on what things mean. And so so that's what I'm going to do. I guess I'll think of some kind of basic kind of abstract political topics for the next few videos and on there, and just kind of build it up and see. Yes, they're coming for us. Well, actually, I say that on one of my 2 videos that I put on the other channel, which was, yeah, it sounds kind of silly. That's why I'm wearing the hat. But at the same time, like, cancel culture knows no bounds. Like, ultimately, they always end up changing the rules just to screw over the people they hate. So I think that people get kind of disarmed when they hear a rule, like a community guideline, and then they try to apply it to themselves and say, hey, I didn't violate this rule. It doesn't matter. The point is for them to expand the rule so they can take you down. Like, because this always seems to happen, that ultimately that there's always some sort of, it's almost more of an excuse than it is a principle. Again, this sounds paranoid what I'm saying, and I kind of don't believe I'm saying it, but there does seem to be some slippery slopes here that I at least have a bad feeling on. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I really want to be wrong. So I'll wear the joke hat as I'm saying it, but I still kind of have a bad feeling about it. So, I think ultimately, cancel culture, the way I described this in my other video, but it's like you got, whatever is, you got your Overton window here. If you start removing stuff on the border, you actually shift the whole Overton window, and there's always something new on the border to take down. So what was previously the norm is now edgy, right? So I don't know how far it's going to go, but I'm just going to assume the worst. I have skis or a sled? No, I'm in the southern United States. I've never needed one. It's become more than I know. Isn't that something that, like, each new crisis that comes up makes the old crisis seem silly? Like, Although even with COPPA, what's funny is that they're working on like something like the Kids Act or something, some clever nonsense. You know, if they decided to come after me for that, they could, you know, ultimately. Like according to the rules, it's, you know, like who's the judge and jury on this? But then you had, you know, the virus, and then you're having, you know, it's not just riots. It's they're actually trying to demonize police forces. So they're it really looks like a destabilizing operation rather than, you know, a reform for happy change. I don't believe it. It's World War III. I've heard the argument that we've already had World War III. It's just it wasn't nuclear, so people were in denial about it. I see that. I know that reference, the Einstein quote. So I hate using this channel for political discussion. I don't know if. What do you guys think? Like, there's so much to talk about. Obviously, you know, you guys have a lot of stuff on your mind too. Should I, you know, host a stream like this once in a while on this channel, or you know, ideally I'd do it somewhere else, but I don't know if I have the permissions to do that. So it's something to figure out. Should I do something on Twitch? I don't know if you guys would get the notifications. You'd have to join my other channel. Yeah, so I'll look into yeah, I mean, if you want to have I want to have it somewhere else, but I guess, you know, this is how, you know, this is the channel you guys follow, so you'd have to, you know, follow the other channel. I guess I'll put everything there, so you should all follow that. And I've got, you know, the what are those called? The not discussion, the community posts, right? Or can you do that? I always forget how. How much permission do you have on a new channel? Because I built this channel like way before all the new rules came in. So yeah. So if I can post, I'll post a video or something on over there to do all the political stuff. If I'm gonna do a live stream, I don't know if I can do it there. I'll figure it out and put it all over there. So this will be that, unless it's related to, unless there is like, oh my God, guys, they actually labeled Mist as white supremacist. You know, we got to band together and hold the line and make sure they don't actually, you know, scour our hard drives and remove it or whatever. You know, there's no line with these guys. They're forever hysterical. If they do that, then I'm making another political stream. How about that? Yeah, I need to. Yeah, so the Discord, there is like a political thread in it. I'm wondering if I should just make a whole new Discord server for the political stuff again to try to filter that stuff away. I really want this channel to be an escapist thing. Um, Uh-oh, what did I say? What's currently troubling you the most? The real issues. The fact that I've kind of set up my life, including this channel, for the future. And yet everything is falling apart in the present. And therefore, I fear that everything that I was looking forward to will not happen. That, I think, gets right at the heart of it. Oh, see, we've already got new ideas for canceling myths. See what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna stop, right? They'll find something. Yeah. So, let me think. I talked about. Yeah. So I told you the plan for this channel. I'm still just gonna plot ahead with the plan as if nothing's going on. So maybe there will be some hope on the horizon. We'll see. I mean, maybe in some way we're just, everybody's going to get all this tension out of their system one way or another. Talking about me, my existence is tripping you out. Yep. Did you see the link to the political channel? Yeah, there seems to be rolling along with COVID. I don't know about that alternate reality. But it just seemed a bit. Hold on. Let me tighten this on a little more. Isn't it something that we normalized the masks right before the riot started? Right? So, like, when they're all burning and looting, are you sure they're just wearing masks to make sure that nobody gets the virus? You think that's their motivation? There it is. That's the quote of the stream right there from Theo. Do I know how to use Photoshop? I try to use GIMP. In fact, all the little animations and stuff you see, like I'm making from GIMP instead of After Effects because I don't know how to use After Effects, even though it would be better, be easier. It's all about the seed and the precedent that's being set, right? So there's gonna be more, whatever is going on in this or that city. It just kind of it sets a precedent. Not a fancy animation, just the little things that like the little dot drawn around on the map. Like that's, I guess I mean that should be done in After Effects, right? That shouldn't be done in GIMP. So right. Yeah. So in terms of the end goals, and I just want to get through it so I can play video games. It really is. I mean, that really is kind of at the heart of it, right? YouTube's advertised my video to you, even though, because yeah, when I started this stream, it was like I'm gonna, talk to my follower base because I haven't in a while. So the YouTube algorithm is funny that way. So, but welcome. I do a lot of mist stuff and escapist stuff, but right now I'm bothered with the fact, and actually, I mean, everything's getting polarized, and you can see it like, politics has always been bitter, but it's getting like there's a genuine rift right now. So like, Scott Adams, the Dilbert writer, he described this very well about how there's basically two movies, or rather, we're all looking at the same movie screen, but we're seeing two different movies play out. It's kind of like watching sports, right? So if you imagine like two different people watching the same game, but they're a fan of opposite teams, one will insist this was a foul, and the other will insist that's clearly not a foul and this is a foul, but they're really just biased both in favor of their own team. So they're watching the same screen, but they're seeing two different movies. And so, we know all about internal biases and stuff like that, but I guess that's going to be kind of my focus to see if I can kind of identify, what the root causes are for those separate visions. Because it is kind of weird that, you would have such opposite outlooks for completely, again, just exactly like that, where you have two people seeing the same screen and having opposite opinions on it. Such a weird phenomenon. I don't know if it seems like it splits more and more all the time. And so, You know, I have no idea how this is survivable long term. You can only get so far apart and still be able to live together. A fissure, there it is. Yep. So I'm gonna continue to build it. Yep. What was quote number 1? Am I getting Cyberpunk 2077? I guess I could. I don't know. I feel like I've got, really honestly, I feel like I've got too many things in front of that. Oh, okay. I see. I see. Okay. When I think of the PS5 design, again, I'm such an old school gamer. I haven't looked at the modern stuff. I'm hopefully gonna finish Tales of Monkey Island this week, and I'm probably gonna do Day of the Tentacle next and stuff like that. I'm going in the Wayback Machine because that's the way I am anyway, and that's gonna be kind of a return to my happy place now anyway, right? But yeah, I've heard the PS5 design wasn't very good. But I mean, I have a PS3 and I never got a 4, even though that was good. Oh, the April Fool's joke? Oh, yeah, that was. Yeah, the April Fool's joke was definitely an April Fool's joke. I love the positivity from JMG. Miss Ma'am would be fun. Since we're celebrating post-apocalyptic times anyway, right? We always kind of have that fantasy, I guess, in all the zombie movies and all that stuff. Think they'll ever finish Ribbon 3D? I hope so. It's actually one of the things I'd like to talk about. You want to see me play Myst 4? Again, I've never solved Myst 4. I've never played it. I've seen only little bits and pieces, and I've always kind of like stored it away for the right moment, and I think that'll be the right moment. Once Shady Paradox Files number 5 comes out, then I'll shift to streaming solving Myst 4 live on Twitch. So hope you guys are down for that. Sorry, Expanse project discussion. Actually, I haven't looked at the news on that in a while. How is that coming along? I like how one of you speaks positively of it and one of you speaks negatively of Myst 4, and you both think that you're taking the minority side. Cyan ate them? I thought... Did they? I thought that they gave them their blessing and even was like helping them out on something. By the way, that's right. It's Talos Principle. That's right. It's City in Ruins. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask Jim, are you gonna rejoin our review crew, or is the time for that past? Are you understandably retreating to your hermit cave and withdrawing from the social media for the most part? Honestly, Lauren was the only person that reviewed that last YouTube video. And I feel like the fewer people that review it, the more susceptible to errors they'll become. Sorry, Expanse discussion. Well, somebody mentioned that was that Cyan took it over, and no, you said that. So I don't know what the state of that is. Does that mean that it's not happening, or that it is happening? This may actually be important for my next YouTube video, so I should listen up here. They can't call it real Riven because it's not real time. Oh, nice. We can play a demo now. Again, this might be useful. It's interesting to put Prison Island in the demo, considering how far in the game you have to be to get there. Yep. Where do I get my news? Should I just say Fox News because that'll make you angry? I try to decentralize it. I've always liked the man on the street stuff better than corporate. So I just got channels I follow and stuff. Probably my most watched my most watched source would be Pim Tool. He's entertaining for the wrong reasons. Of course, there's no reason to watch past like 4 minutes. Even sometimes you can just with him you can just read the headlines and move on. Yeah. I just like how he keeps backing up. Like every time he says something, he retracts and it's complicated. Like I said, he's funny to watch for the wrong reasons. Oh, you're a Tim Pool doppelganger? That's funny. Is that or did I not read that right? Or are you saying you just make him your I guess actually I don't know what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, ultimately at the end of the day we want to guard the line and protect the innocent and I mean ultimately you can only do that so much. Everything is infested with this stuff, but yes, corporations and more corporations. Don't any lives matter? Yeah. All right. So there anything important? We can just hang out here a while if you want. I don't think I have anything more for you, though. So if you got more questions, hurl them my way. Okay. What's the thing that's bothered me the most in the last month? Oh my God. A month would be May 21st. Probably just this general defund the police BS, which seems like something between that and the cancel culture insistence on ideological conformity. You have to understand, this takes me right back to college 15 years ago, where it was like, you have to support these groups or else you are an evil person. And it seems like it is what I thought was fringe wackos 15 years ago is now mainstream. And that kind of thing doesn't stop. Like, these people have a vision to reshape society, and they have a monopoly on morality, and everyone else is evil. And so they're just going to keep going. Like, it's not about, like, it's so easy to look at, it's like watching a car barrel at you, right? It's like, the car used to be back here, and now it's here. And you can say, well, the car being here isn't so bad. It's going to hit you, right? Yeah, it's not so bad being here, but it's the trajectory, right? Because I am against insistence on ideological conformity. I'm exactly the opposite. I want to be able to wrestle with competing logical constructs. And that's becoming less and less acceptable because we seem to have descended into a post-rational society, and I don't like it. All right. See you, Theo. Probably starts with proper statistical analysis, which is not socially acceptable right now. Am I more afraid of someone canceling you than getting COVID? Yes. I actually sometimes wonder if I already had COVID because I got a weird ass cough like December that I never had before. And people were speculating this thing was going around longer than people realized. The timing isn't perfect, so maybe it wasn't, but I don't know. Well, what I'm saying is that it was a tiny little bubble 15 years ago, and now it's mainstream. You go to any you know, any website for any large size business or whatever, and it's all ideological conformity. Like, again, it's not about where it is, it's where it's going. Like, you understand there are no brakes on that train. If there are, explain them to me. Like, oh, we are going to limit ourselves when. I don't see it. What have I done this with? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what did Aunt Jemima do? Right now, I know that that was a voluntary self cancellation, but it's not. They're always changing the rules. Like, ask them to share their art skill and they shut up and leave. Yeah, it's because it's getting more and more like there are all sorts of instances where people are like, I don't know why they canceled me. But yeah, like I don't have to know all the details. Like what I'm seeing is a trend that you can extrapolate, and it's just I think that at some point there has to be some actual swing in the other direction. Like I don't want to live under this fear indefinitely. Part of it is that I know that what they think is helpful isn't actually helpful, and this kind of thing that I want to get to more in the other channel than I want to get into here. Um, but it's if you think you're the solution, but you're not, then you're just going to keep doubling down and go further and further. Right? I guess when you're talking about the boogeyman, I think they believe in a boogeyman. Right? So it's always they're always going to go further and think, so while the cities are at this point literally burning, right? They're going to be the the SpongeBob, we did it, Patrick, we saved the city. Right? Yeah, who is they? It's it's an amorphous group. But there are these far left ideologues. They are definitely a part of all the large institutions that continue to infiltrate. And I mean, it's left wing because it's based on identity politics, which they're kind of. Again, I don't want to get into it here, but the problems and the solutions on each side are they work in kind of opposite directions. Yeah, just give me time. I will articulate my thoughts better on the other channel at some point. Do they actually have the power? we'll see. You know, I do see the fact that I'm able to talk to you guys. That's nice. You know, like you have to understand. You know, I'm part of this hat is attention grabbing, but you know, another part of it is saying like I know that. I mean, I am kind of making fun of myself, although these are thoughts that I do wonder about. So like I remember it kind of popping in my head at some point during the lockdown, you know, just looking around and seeing everybody wear a bunch of masks and thinking about how, wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to wear N95 masks. Everybody's wearing cloth masks. And we were also supposed to wear eye protection, but now nobody is. Everybody just looks like Antifa at this point. I wonder if, you know, you say, well, I wonder if, you know, when you connect the dots, you arrive at the conspiracy theory. Oh, they're just setting up the communist revolution. Well, you know, 3 days later, they set up Chaz. And it was weird because it was just like an idea that pops in my head that sounds silly. And then it was just like, you know, I kind of freaked out. Like I was supposed to laugh that idea off. And then that happened. Like, I don't want that part of my brain to be correct. That's supposed to be the thing that's just like, well, you know, you entertain, like I said about Aristotle, entertaining ideas without accepting them. Yeah, I was just kind of playing around with the ideas. That part wasn't supposed to be right, but it was. at least more right than it should have been. I mean, another joke I've made in private about identity politics, and I'm sorry for being crude, but one thing I've said is that, you know, that this whole like racial tension and atonement and crap, like the way it works is that, you know, yeah, sorry for being crude, but you know, the joke has been, you know, oh well, if I gave him a BJ and my bank account information, they still would call me the oppressor. So because I know that you go down this line and they're never going to atone for it. Well, what have we seen? Calls for reparations and a literal washing of feet in the street, right? Like we're not there, but we keep getting closer to there. Like I don't like how close my craziest ideas are coming to reality. Like, I'm the person that's like, guys, I'm pretty sure I'm going crazy. But then, like, this shit keeps happening. And I tried not to cuss on this channel, but, you know, just, I don't like that part of my brain is supposed to be the funny part, not the accurate part. All right, Jim. Yeah, you didn't see that weird ass ritual where they got a bunch of white people to get on their knees and wash the feet of the organizers of BLM. I don't know. Yeah, this stuff shouldn't be. This stuff shouldn't be a real thing, but I don't know. Yeah, this stuff is rough. It's not my favorite topic. I'd much rather talk about mist and fun YouTube videos and stuff on this channel. So, unless you guys got anything more to talk about, regarding something more, you know, lighthearted, oh, you thought maybe I could. You're looking for a Photoshop artist? Yeah, don't look at me. Yeah, being due for a pandemic. Yep. You got anything else about something lighthearted? Otherwise, I think I'm going to call it a stream. The philosophical schism between Gen and Atris. So wasn't that all rooted in their different ideas of whether writing an age created it or merely described a pre-existing age? Correct? That's kind of where that is. Which actually now that I think about it, that does have political relevance. Interesting. I'll duly note that because there are the two visions as outlined by Thomas Sowell in his lesser-known book, A Conflict of Visions. I can actually see the relevance. Hey, Kez. Mostly heavy stream, even though we had some lighter moments talking about the future of this channel. And I think we're going to bring it back for a little bit here, something a little better toward the end. I should have known this wasn't going to be... I mean, I guess I knew it to a degree. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this archive of this stream. I was going to leave it up. Should I leave it up on this channel? I guess I can. Because it'll have the link to my new political outlet. Future of the channel, the roadmap. So my next video is... I'm going to do one more. I still got several more Shady Paradox Files videos, but the next one, part 5. Did you figure out what part 5 is going to be about? Just curious. I said what that's going to be, and then what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to finish the Fly Mode series, and then come back to the Shady Paradox Files. Yeah, we were talking about Starry Expanse earlier. Actually, let me pull up Starry Expanse real quick. I've played the game. Let me in. See, Mysterium 2019. August 15, what? Oh, January 10. January 10 was their most recent update. I'm in their Discord server. I haven't checked it, though. Where's the... Let me check the... Oh, you spoiled it for Kez. Yeah, part 5 is going to be my Riven commentary. I'm going to say... Because people have been asking me for years whether I'm going to do a Riven series. And I haven't answered because I haven't had the toolbox to address it. Well, now I do have the toolbox, so I can make a detailed video showing all the pluses and minuses of a Riven series, and ultimately I want to compare that to the other projects. But yeah, that's what that is. Okay, so now I have two split ideas on the Starry Expanse thing. I didn't see where to get the demo. I'm just gonna say, is that in an obvious place and I just missed it? Okay, so now you have your question about your theory about the two characters. Yes, I was going to reply to that comment, and I didn't get to it because it was going to end up being longer, and I got distracted with preparing all this stuff and So yeah, sorry for not replying to your comment. I guess I can still do it even if I just tell you my answer here. It was an interesting idea. I was going to add that actually this idea of a double character thing, I was thinking about that the other day with regards to my realness personality. I was thinking maybe that is the best way to describe that character, because the character I play in the realness LP, he's goofy. He isn't actually me. Like I'm not really like that character. And I think that he's then playing a character that doesn't know the puzzles. Like, because he clearly knows. I think that's what it is. I think that I'm playing a character that's playing a character. And so I'm always playing him, and he's then playing occasionally. He occasionally slips into trying to be, because that would kind of match his personality to slip into a character and then slip out of that character. Because I was pretty consistent being that character that wasn't really me, but then that character was inconsistent as to whether he knew the answer to the puzzles or not. So it's like it's part of his goofiness is not always remembering to stay in character. I think that's what it actually is. It's kind of funny that I would do that and not really realize what I'm doing, because, I mean, maybe I'm wrong about myself, but I don't know. Like, I don't feel like that guy is really me, because I haven't been able to replicate him anywhere, I don't think. So yeah, as far as your direct comment about the fly mode thing, yeah, it's an interesting explanation, right? It's kind of like Groundhog Day, right? Where there's never any explanation as to why the day would always reset. I don't have an explanation as to why this maze does this. So, your theory is as good as any I can come up with. I think someone kind of said that in the live chat when I was premiering it too. They said something about, like when the lightning jumped out, they were like, Atris smite thee or something. The art describing ages, stability, inner working systems. Talking about the art of writing ages. It's kind of a weird thing that I remember that they could. It's like, what was it? What was the rule? If you change the book too much, it just links to another place. But if you bumping this mic, but if you change it just a little bit, then you actually change the age, which is actually in a way worse, right? Because you would risk destabilizing that age, right? Did I hear this right? That the Chick-fil-A CEO was part of that weird ass foot washing routine. I think that they're trying to atone, which is the worst thing they can do, because they're just going to lose all their old support and they'll never gain the new support. Ah, I hate current year. Or no, it's like shoe shining, not foot washing. I mean, it was foot washing in the other thing I was talking about earlier, but I think that the Chick-fil-A thing was shoe shining. So it's the same symbolic thing. Come here. Come on. Hurry up. You're wasting everybody's time. So, well, what I'm doing is I'm making this outlet channel so that I can just when I have something to say, I'm not just bottling it up. I'm just going to put it over there, and then I can shift my focus back over, because really the goal is for me, I just want to be left alone so I can make adventure game videos. That's all I've ever wanted to do, you know? Was I supposed to say something? I'm sorry. Can you hear his? I don't know if you can, if it's picking up his purr or not. Yeah, things, we're gonna find out what we're really made of in the next year or two. Well, things can't continue the way they're going. Like it's gonna become impossible at some point. Hey, Samus. It can't continue on its current trajectory. Like the logic of it is, it's not to say there won't be conflict, but it's going to have to manifest in a different way. It can't just be this cold tension brewing forever. It's going to actually result in something. It can't just be this one thing. Yeah, just link to Janani. Yeah, exactly. You just... Wasn't there... Somebody could have been hyping it. It was one of those things I didn't click on, but it's something like... There's like gang wars in that area now. Hey, Bex. Oh, yes. The question about Shivers. Yes, I have played Shivers and Shivers 2. Those were very fun games. How does a tinfoil hat make someone look evil, though? No, a gang war at the Atlanta Wendy's. All right, night, Kez. Hey Bex, you might be someone who's, I think, might be interested in the new political channel outlet that I made the other day. It's just gonna be me making 10-minute rambles about some things that are pissing me off about some things. Because I want to keep it separate from this channel. We've kind of gotten into it here a little bit, which is, I guess, unfortunate because that's not really what I want this channel to be about. But, you know, I'm kind of, I guess, announcing it and putting something over there. All right, cool. So, hope to see you over there. And I'll try to make something out of that in due time. And who knows? Maybe everyone will just make fun of me for not knowing what I'm talking about. But, you know, I got to get something out there because I'm going crazy over here with all these thoughts without an outlet. So that's kind of the political announcement. Talked also some about Riven and the future of this channel, and just, you know, I'm going to keep trucking along, you know, making the videos and, you know, as if nothing's going on. That's the way I want this one to be. I want this one to just stay stable. I become more radical anti-communist every year. Oh yeah, I had to put this video on there. But I don't want to do this again. I needed to do it once. But I don't want to do it again. Yes. Yep. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, hey there, McGee. I recognize your avatar. What is it? Kerbin? Something like that on the Discord? Haven't seen you in a while. However, I think I'm going to be... I think I am going to be wrapping up this stream here, unfortunately. But, you know... Oh, how often... Well, most of you guys... I was going to say, how often should I do this kind of thing? It's kind of a tricky thing. I really like these streams to kind of stay in touch with you guys and chat, but it's kind of weird when I post one video every 2 months. Like, in the future, when I host a stream on this channel, I want it to go back to being the nice non-political stuff. But how often should I do this? I mean, I guess I could do, you know, a once a month stream or something, but it'd be weird to do streams more often than I post videos, I guess. That's kind of the weird thing. So I don't know. But I really enjoy these. I mean, I do this on Twitch all the time, but most of you guys aren't there, so. Whoa. Thank you very much, Bex. Yeah, you probably could use a little more catnip. So yeah, I should do these more often. Should I do it? Should I do it? Once every couple of months? I guess I can. I don't know. If I could think of a subject, that's something I got to figure out. I should host. It's kind of like if I was one of those people that posted videos all the time, then you just host a chat every month and there's no big deal, right? But yeah. Yeah, once per upload. Yeah. Could do it. I guess do a couple months. I don't know. If my videos come out once every couple of months, which, you know, I always dream of being able to do it faster, but I think I have some ideas on how to get there. But for now, it's still going to be kind of slow. So maybe once per upload, because that'll be like once every couple of months. See you, Gogurt. All right. But yeah, been going on about an hour and a half, so I think we've gotten everything out of our system, and maybe do this in a couple months. Hopefully things will pick up on this channel soon. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a night. It was fun hanging out. I'll try not to be as paranoid in the future. But yeah, things just seem to be really crazy this year. So everybody stay safe and optimistic, I guess. Yep. See you guys. Oh, there's the button.